wasted years trying to propagate my snake plant until I realized I was doing it all wrong. Have you been trying to propagate your snake plant from leaf cuttings? Have you spent hours on YouTube watching videos where a single leaf magically turns into dozens of tiny plants? I tried that too, and yes, I got roots. I even got those cute little baby plants popping up. But here is the truth that the algorithm doesn't show you. Those propagated plants, they rarely become the strong, thriving, architecturally perfect snake plants you see on Instagram. They struggle, they grow at a snail pace, and half the time they just give up. Today, I am sharing a completely different story. How one small petite snake plant, Laurentii, gave me dozens of healthy, vigorous babies without a single leaf cutting, and the funny part, the solution was so simple, so painfully basic that I almost ignored it. Welcome back to the Green Thumbs Guide. Let's get started. This little snake plant, Laurentii, has been with me for years. Like many of you, I bought into the biggest lie in the plant industry that snake plants are perfect low-light plants. So I did what the label told me. I tucked it into a corner of my room, no near a bright window, no direct sunlight, just a darker corner. And honestly, it survived. The leaf stays green. It never looked like it was dying. But there was one problem. It never produced a single baby plant. So I kept it inside my rooms. Year after year, nothing, no pups, no offsets, no multiplication, just the same 3 leaves. Can you relate to this? We think survival means the plant is happy. But there is a massive difference between a plant that is surviving, holding onto life by a thread, and a plant that is thriving. My plant was just sitting there waiting for a sign of life. And that's exactly what my snake plant was doing. This is why I started the leaf cutting experiments. I thought if it won't grow, I'll force it to multiply. I cut the leaves, I let them callus, I placed them in soil, I waited, and yes, roots appeared. Tiny shoot emerged. It felt like a win. Everything looked successful. But over months, I realized something. These cuttings were stunted. They lacked the genetic power of a pup attached to a mother plant rhizome. They were growing slowly, struggling to establish. They weren't become the vigorous, healthy snake plant I wanted. It felt less like gardening and more like plant rescue. And none matched the strength of naturally produced pups. That's when I realized nature always has a system. I was just getting away of it. Maybe there was an easier way. One day, in a moment of frustration, I moved that pot. No fancy fertilizer, no growth, no hacks, no secret ingredients. I placed it outside on my window grill. It finally received what it had been starving for. Bright, filtered, natural light. Several hours of it. Within 3 months, I saw something. Tiny green spears emerging from the soils. I thought it was something like weed. I pulled it in and it was attached to the mother plant. It was a pup. Then another and another. The same plant has been silent for years, silently become a baby producing machine. Why? Because it finally had the fuel. Here's the lesson. Snake plants are marked as low light because they are tough. They can tolerate shade, but tolerance is not preference. When I moved it to the light, I changed the energy equation. More light equals more photosynthesis. More photosynthesis equals more energy stored in the rhizomes. The roots become stronger, growth accelerated, and the plant finally had enough resources to produce offsets or pups. The other shift, I didn't overwater. I stopped watering on a schedule and started watching the soil. I watered roughly once a week, but only when the soil was bone dry. Snake plants hate wet feet. They need drainage. If you combine bright indirect light with the drying cycle, you will unlock the hidden potential of your plant. I watered roughly once a week, sometimes even less during cooler weather. Good drainage, bright light, moderate watering. That's a combination that changed everything. Now for the most rewarding part, separating the babies. Look at those roots. They are thick, white, established, unlike leaf cuttings. These pups have head start. When you separate these, you aren't just cloning the plant, you are giving the mother and the baby the space to grow independently. It's cleaner, it's faster, and the results are plants that are already strong enough to survive on their own. When separating pups, remove the plant gently. Identify the connecting rhizome. Use a clean knife or pruner. Ensure each baby has root attached. Then plant separately. And that's exactly what I did. Just look at them. All of this, every single one, come from that one neglected mother plant. No science experiments, no complicated propagation techniques, no endless leaf cuttings, no expensive products, no endless wetting, just better light and consistent care. Honestly, this method gave me stronger plants in 6 months than leaf propagation ever gave me in 2 years. If your snake plant isn't producing babies, ask yourself, is this merely surviving in a dark corner, or is it truly thriving? Sometimes one small move to the light is all it takes to transform a stagnant plant into a garden. If this video saved you from a failed propagation project, hit that like button, subscribe for more plants parenting truth, and tell me in the comments how many snake plant babies have you successfully grown. I read every one of them. Thanks for watching and happy gardening. Bye till we meet again.